Deepa, how are you?
Hey Bids, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. What are you reading right now?
Well, I'm reading a book called The Path of the Masters. It's more about connecting with the higher order, spirituality.
So tell me more about Raaga Room. You are always so busy with your projects every week.
Raaga Room is the labor of my love. So it has come from a deep place of passion, which is music. So growing up, we were introduced to so much music, and I learned music for a really long time. At some point in time, I had to take a decision of which way I'm headed. Am I actually going to pursue music, or am I going to use music as my calling to promote art? And I thought there was a lot of benefit in talking to the artists, listening to their journey, their experiences, and the challenges they faced, and how one can get to level of proficiency or a state of mind. So I thought the best way to do that would be to talk to the artists themselves, and hence Raaga Room was born. So this is Bobby. Her name is Margot, but we call her Bobby. She's a Maltese poo.
Hi Margot.
Say hello. So she is the light of our lives. She has high energy and she loves to be around people. Like you can see, she's so active and she's so social. She likes to be around where she is, and I think she likes you.
What has been your journey like?
I probably call it cathartic. It has changed my life. So Raaga Room for the last 1 year has been quite active and going quite well by the grace of God. It has taught me a lot of things. It has changed me as a human being, because when you take up a venture of this nature, you cannot just go into it without a thought. So it involves a lot of research. If you're talking to somebody about a certain thing, one needs to know what we're talking about. So that comes with a lot of research.
True.
And your interest to learn from them. So that has, I think, given me tremendous value to my life. So I think if you were to say, what's your journey been like? A cathartic journey.
So tell me, how long have you been hosting Raaga Room?
Well, for Jan 1st, 2022, it will be a year.
That means we are getting towards the anniversary.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to share that I have always wanted to have the Grammy Award winner, Ricky Cage, on my show. So with this audacious hope, when I started Raaga Room, I didn't know how far it would get. But I'm like, is it even going to be possible to have Ricky Cage on my show? So yeah, he's a fierce environmentalist. His music is absolutely divine and powerful, and it has made tremendous impact on so many people, several world leaders. So Ricky Cage is coming to the show.
So is there a particular music of him that you really connect with?
Balmare ture naina pade chitte jo kahe chhuti patiyan बनाए बलवारे तोरे नैना बड़ी चित चोर. This is from his Grammy Award winning album Winds of Samsara. This was the song that actually attracted me to his music.
Deepa, tell me more about your roots. I'm really curious now.
Well, I was born in a historical place called Belur, which is very well known for the Hoysala architecture. The temples of Belur have been talked about from time immemorial. I was raised in Bangalore, so I'm a die-hard Bangalorean at heart. Always have been, always will be.
What does Raaga Room entail?
So Raaga Room has 3 segments. The Raaga Room actual segment itself is the talk show, where we talk to different artists about their music, and we have the Raaga Theatre where artists come and perform. We have the Raaga Reads, but this is more like a publications and articles based. So in this space you will find several articles. We began the segment with an article about Adi, the god of beginnings, about Ganesha and why he is worshipped in the beginning of any venture. And then we did some articles about Ragyaman and Natya Shastra. So Raaga Room has about 3 segments right now.
Deepa, as far as I know, you're not just about music. I know you do a lot of things other than music as well. So tell me more about your creative inspiration.
Well, that is a bit of a tough question. I think creative inspiration comes from nature, first of all. And I also give a lot of credit to my family. I grew up in a family where there were a lot of women with extremely high energies. My mother, for example, always she was a working woman and she was working very hard to keep the house clean and working out of the house, and she was a teacher, educator. But the house was always spick and span. At any point in time, anybody walked in, the house looked really beautiful. So probably I guess that was ingrained in me, with keeping things in order is one thing. And looking around, appreciating things around me and finding inspiration to do something. So probably that's what it is.
I see that you're surrounded by some of your art pieces. Am I correct?
Yes, that is a bit of my stress buster. Yeah, I was introduced to mandala art sometime back. And I guess I had an inclination for that right from the beginning. So I think COVID brought out some of the dormant qualities that we had, I guess.
True.
So during that time, I started doing some kind of doodling or mandala or whatever you may call it. So here are some. So this is completely handmade.
Wow, I love the color combination.
Thank you.
So I see you use variety of colors. One was like turquoise and orange. Another one is cool toned. This one is warm toned. So, how do you plan ahead what you want to do, what you want to create? What gives you that inspiration that today, one fine day, today I'm going to do this? How do you get that inspiration?
Really, there is no inspiration. When you start, it's a blank slate. So it just, I guess your state of mind on that particular day, you're feeling cool or warm. So I guess the colors kind of translate to the art.
And I see that you have some bookmarkers. I remember in the Indian artist exhibition you presented me one. I still have that, and every time I use that I think of you. So can you show that up close so that people can also see what you do? It doesn't matter whether it's a frame or it's a canvas or is it just a fruit bowl. You create things out of anything.
So I guess it was during the holidays, so you always had to think of something creative to give your friends, right? So I'm like, and many people had taken to reading, so I'm like, why not look for a bookmark? And I for one used to find all these bills and things like that I used to use as a bookmark. So I'm like, let me try doing that. So this is one of them. Again, adding the same geometric patterns and some colors. So this is one of the bookmarks I made, and that's so sweet of you to have held on to the bookmark that I gave you.
I remember you gave me one in magenta and turquoise, and every time I read any new book, I use that, and I have kept it safe because I really love what you have created out of it. You are, in short, you are saving the planet. You are making use of every leftover papers that you have at home.
You have such a beautiful mind, you think the best of everything.
So Deepa, tell me, what's your vision for Raaga Room now?
Well, I want Raaga Room to grow larger than life itself. Any art lover should be able to come to Raaga Room and look for articles or performances and interviews and just like have a good cultural archive to read off of or watch something that they want to, which is educative, which is informational. There's so much beauty in this world, and we have folk from different indigenous folk forms from different parts of the world. We have classical music from different parts of the world. So hopefully Raaga Room will be able to capture some of it and provide some kind of information to people that are seeking.
Was there any catalyst moment that brought you to this space?
So during COVID time, we all had so much time and we didn't know what to do, we didn't know where to go. So I guess I was introduced to Diva at that point in time through the book club. And I used to be a voracious reader back in the day. And I'd given up reading. I couldn't even concentrate enough to read an article. But when I was introduced to the Diva book club, we started doing a lot of reading. And when I started reading, I also said, hey, why don't I write something? So I started blogging again. And during my, and this I guess is a very important moment for me because during one of my music classes with my guru, Shri Omkarnath Havaldar, he was so beautifully explaining the meaning of Raag Bhairav and why that needs to be sung in the morning. And it was such a beautiful morning with light sunlight coming through the window. And it was a fall morning, so everything was so beautiful and colorful. So the intent was to write a blog on Prakars of Bhairav. But I'm like, why don't we have a show where we talk about these beautiful things? So I guess, that's how it started and it started to grow. So in some form, I guess Diva has been really instrumental in getting these things together. Sometimes you always need that moment that brings you to a space. So I guess Diva did play a very important role.
On that note, let's end this beautiful evening with a good Ravindra Sangeet.
Why not?
Momo chitte nite nritte ke jinache tata thoi thoi tata thoi thoi tata thoi thoi tari songe ke mridonge sada baje tata thoi thoi tata thoi thoi tata thoi thoi momo chitte nite nritte ke jinache tata thoi thoi tata thoi thoi tata thoi thoi.